Lorddobby. Lorddobby. Yeah, I can't do anything of that anymore, man. I've got to be like this big grown-up person, rah-rah. And I'm not stressed like I was before, you know? Like, yeah. My life is good. I cannot complain. You know, I've just got to, that's what you've got to do, gentlemen, in order to get over the hurdle, okay? You've got to remind yourself of the life that you have, not the life that, you know, that you can't have anything to do with, you know? But I don't dwell on my life there, but it was a fucking nightmare. Like, it was truly a nightmare as just a man. So I don't dwell on any of that. I promise me that, man. I promise you that. I don't dwell on anything to do with that side of the life. Fuck, dude. That shit's nightmares. It's fucking nightmares, you understand? So I don't dwell on fucking that. I just dwell on my kid, you know, and I've got a right to do that, yeah? I've got a right to do that, man. Fuck, I'm human, you're human, we're human. And they want to pretend that we're not human. They want to pretend that we have no feelings, that we don't miss our children and we don't think about them and stuff like that. And it's time for you to move on. You know, I was thinking about it this morning, you know, I'm going up to get a coffee. I haven't got any coffee. And I was thinking about it this morning, you know, because, you know, I'll show you, man, you know. You know, I've still got my daughter's pictures of when they were fucking 5 and 3, mate, on the counter with their toys. Now, my children are 28 years old. You know, I'm not 28. They're 26 years old and 24 years old. They're grown adults. Okay? But I'm their dad. And to me, that is where that picture will fucking stay as long as my ass points to the ground. And there is no woman that is going to remove that and ever. This picture sat with me in the garage, mate. You know, it was with me the entire time, all the way through it. I had Kyra's baby pictures on the wall of the garage. Okay. So you can never just move on and forget your children, gentlemen. And irregardless of what these professionals are telling you that you're supposed to do, and all your friends are telling you the same, rah rah. You know, if those friends have children, gentlemen, well, think to yourself, as they're advising you what they're telling you, they go home to their children. They go home to their children, gentlemen. You know, they're not missing anything. You know, they'll get to kiss their kids goodnight tonight. They'll be able to read them a story and tuck them into bed and, you know what I mean? But you're not. So don't let anybody ever tell you, ever, to just move on from your children, ever. And if they do, that's the last time they ever speak to you. That's the last time they'll ever be able to say those words to you. You know, and it dawned on me this morning, yeah? You know, I was, you know, I see the picture every day. There it is on my counter. You know, I sit down and have a coffee and, you know, I say good morning to my daughters, okay? You know, you can call me crazy, whatever you want. I don't give a fuck. I'm their dad, okay? I love my children, okay? You know, I did not run away with somebody else for 3 months and leave my children. Okay, I stayed with my children, gentlemen. I am the one that they lived with me. My daughters lived with dad. She fucked off and had an affair, and then comes back 3 months later and demands and wants her kids back. She's had her honeymoon season. She's had her joy. She's had all the happiness. She's had the bonding. She's had the time to make all the promises to the new guy. Now she wants to come back and she wants her children back. But her children with me, gentlemen. Never fucking forget that, gentlemen. Okay? My children lived with dad. And they were happy. They went to school. They were happy. They never had any... There was... Nothing. My children were my fucking life. And my life revolved around my children. When my children were born, my life ended. My children's life began. It's time for me to be a fucking dad. And I'm there for changing asses. I'm there for fucking when there's a spider. I'm there when they're scared. I'm there when they need a bath. I'm there when they go to the park, the pool, when they need to eat. I do their cleaning for them. I wash their clothes. Okay? I take care of my children. Okay? A sheriff arrives at fucking 11 o'clock at night, gives me a piece of paper. He said, please don't read this. Don't read it, okay? It'll be filled with hate and horrible, horrible things about you. So don't read this. All I can tell you is you must bring your children tomorrow morning to the court. Okay? You must present your children to the court. That is how that shit went fucking down. That is what they have to do to you to get your children off you. Okay? You know, I started reading a little bit of it. He said, don't. I said, look, you're an officer. Is some concern about my children? Look, officer, come. And I bring the officer into the house. There's my kids have got their own room and the door's closed. So I open the door. There they are in bed. They're in their beds asleep, you know, safe. Close the door, come out, see sheriff. I just want you to walk away knowing that my two children are taken care of. I don't want you to drive away. Even, he said, I didn't. I wasn't even, he said, I just delivered the paperwork. He said, I'm sorry. He said, and so that's how they got my kids off me the first time round. You see, I've got all those fucking memories, boys. You know, this isn't my first rodeo, boys. This is my second fucking rodeo. Okay? And this person used the blueprint that I told her about what happened in my thing in order to run the case that's happening now. It's just overloaded, more and more and more and more and more. Okay? You know, this is what we've got to go through, boys. This is what we've got to go through, yeah? And I share this with you to try and learn you. It's an educational thing with me. That is why I share it with you, so that you fucking learn, okay? My embarrassment, whatever, I don't care, as long as one of you wake the fuck up, as long as one of you understand and get it in your head and follow. Okay, you know, the rest of it doesn't matter. My life didn't matter, boys. Don't you understand? My life was fucking chasing paper. My life was fucking getting shit together. My life was getting fucking my paper, mate. I had plenty of fucking paper. Yeah? And then I decided that I wanted to have children. I decided at the age of 30 something years old to have children. I did the right fucking thing, boys. I am not the one that had an affair. Get that in your fucking head. Okay? I'm not the one that already switches out of the marriage, mate. They switch out of it. And once they switch out of it, it's fucking done. It doesn't matter what kind of guy you are, rich you are, how famous you are, what kind of a movie star you are, what kind of a social media star or whatever the fuck you want to call it. Once they switch off, that's it for you. You're done. And they will use the rest of the time to plan their exit. Okay? Man, the guy, even the world famous fucking tennis players and basketball players and bloody golf people and, you know, multi-billionaires, guys, multi-billionaires, you know, like before she married him, she would have said to herself, I want a billionaire, I'm worth this, I'm worth that. That's what she would have said to herself. When she gets the billionaire, that's still not enough for him. She's got to bang the pool guy. She's got to have an affair with the pool guy. Fucking pool guy, boys. Like, fucking how gutted would you be, mate? She's in a multi-million-dollar fucking home. You've given her everything you can. You've done everything you can, right? And she fucking fucks the pool guy. So it makes me laugh in that way, because you can never keep them happy, boys. You're always on your toes. There's only that small percentage, man, that'll actually love you. Okay, that small percentage, man. Like suddenly, you look like you look really ugly when you get out of the bed and you've got your trackies on and a t-shirt on. Oh, you're ugly. You're this, mate. Have a look in the fucking mirror, bitch. Have a look in the mirror. You've got it out of the bed with tracky pants and fucking t-shirt on. You think you look like a queen, mate. Like it's incredible the opposites of how they think that we should be, and I am done with that, boys. I'm done with that, man. I really am. Wish I'd, woken to it a lot earlier. I trusted in it. I wanted to have faith in it. I wanted to have faith in it. That's what it was. It was a belief, a faith that things will work out. It can't be, we've got a family, rah, 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 rah. You try a little bit harder, you try a little bit harder. And the more you try, the more you're going to just dig yourself deeper. Because you know what I mean? You can never make them happy. That's it. There's always going to be something that makes them not be happy, man. And I think familiarity breeds contempt. Familiarity, the longer they're around you or the longer you're around them or whatever, they just seem to find things that they don't like. So they concentrate on those things, man, instead of just letting them go. They concentrate on those things and that's it. You're fucking done. They get a few of those little stacks together, man, and fucking, negative, negative, negative. You fart, you snore, fucking, you swear. You fucking wear a t-shirt and tracky pants out of bed, you look like shit. You got long nails. I don't know, man. It could be fucking anything, seriously. There's 101 different things every day that it pisses off a woman. I've learnt that. Man. It doesn't matter how much you clean the house. It doesn't matter how tidy it is. It doesn't matter how much of a fucking husband you are with your children at home and rah rah. These women, mate, will this one says they're going over to do psychology lessons. I've been going to court, yeah, okay, which they have, and okay, we're going over there to talk about it, the next meeting, rah, rah, fair enough, get you out of the house anyway, So they had a drop-in come past, a little hello, how you doing, rah, rah, and then leave. Suddenly she's in love. Yep, my wife is in love. She's fucking done. She's in love with another bloke. Fucking, that's all it fucking took, bro. But yeah, man, it doesn't take a whole lot, boys. You do not have to be a total cunt in order for them to get rid of you and for them to be done with you. And the after effects of them accusing you is just get you. For me, it got to a point where I don't know what, a couple of years ago, and I called into the city, and they gave me five pages of fucking bullshit videos. I've got it, and I looked at my lawyer and said, yeah. She says, well, they're expecting an answer for each one. An answer for each fucking video. I've got 5 pages of fucking shit, boys. Fucking 5 pages of this shit. And I looked at it and said, I'm not answering to this shit. I was in my mind, right? So I just went to the front page and said, I don't answer fake bullshit. I just fucking wrote on the top of it, I don't answer to fake bullshit. I'm not giving it power. I'm just sick of it. I'm sick of giving this shit power. Okay? And if you don't answer to it, then suddenly it becomes real, right? If you don't answer to it in some way, and the answer to it is that's all bullshit. That's their answer. So they can't say that I didn't deny or whatever, right? Fucking, and that's all. Fuck this answer in each video, mate. Like seriously, they wanted me to answer to each of these troll videos that are on TikTok and YouTube and like really serious, bollocks, mate. I've been through a lot, boys. I've been through a lot, man, and it seems to be my path in life. I was with this one for 15 years, 18 years, something like that. And then this last one, I wasted another fucking 6 years or 8 years on that, which is a waste of time. The only thing that was Bubba. That's it. My point I'm trying to get across is once Bubba appeared, your whole situation will change, boys. Your entire mindset on how you are thinking will change the minute that you have children. The minute you hold your own child, mate, your whole fucking mindset changes. I swear to God, like whatever ideas you had 10 minutes ago, and you've walked into the room, you've seen your child, you pick up your child, you smell your child, then that's fucking that's out the window. I swear to fucking God. Okay? And if you're a full-on dad, then you will spend every minute, every fucking second, every fucking whatever you can, being with your children. You won't have a problem changing a dirty arse. You won't have a problem getting a bottle. You won't have a problem moving your wife over, turning your wife over because she's sore or whatever. You don't mind feeding her. You don't mind cooking for her. You don't mind cleaning for her. You don't mind taking care of her, mate, for fucking 3 months. Whatever the time is, mate, for them to heal, whatever it is, right? You don't even think about it, mate. You don't even like, it doesn't even get in your head, bro. Okay? You've done 9 months waiting. You've taken care of the person. You've taken care of the house. You've done everything you can as a man. They have your child, mate, and then you got to take both care of your child and of your wife. Your wife is bedridden, mate. She can't move. Okay, she's got to stay in fucking bed. Okay, it's your job to take care of her. Okay, and it's your job to take care of your child, mate. Okay, your child needs to be bathed. It needs to be fed. It needs its ass changed, and it's happy. Your child will sleep, okay? It just needs its ass change, it needs a feed, and it needs a wash, okay? That's it. And it changes the bed linen like every 2 or 3 days. Change the bed linen, okay? That's all you got to worry about. So it's pretty easy to take care of your bubba. And your bubba will sleep most of the time with your wife. So no, man, you've got a lot of duties, mate, when your child appears. Your whole life changes, bro. Like, I swear, your whole fucking outlook on what you wanted to do, whatever, it doesn't fucking matter. Your life revolves around your child. It revolves around your child. I don't give a fuck about work. I don't give a fuck about anything else. I care about caring for my child. My child's just been born or whatever. It's my job to do. Yeah? All the way up to fucking waiting for her to get the bus in the morning to school. I'm the one that walks out the front, puts her in the bus. I'm the one that, when the bus gets dropped off, I'm the one waiting at the front for the bus. Yeah? I didn't even hesitate when I was asked. I didn't say that I've got work. I didn't say that I've got hours. I don't give a fuck about work or hours. I'll take the 2 hours off. I'll make sure that I'm home by fucking 2:30 for my kid to be dropped off by 3. Yeah? And not a problem. I will have dinner ready. The house will be clean. My kid will be fed. My kid's fed straight away, bro. When my girls come home and stuff, man, their dinner's on the fucking table, bro. It's not waiting until 6 or 7 o'clock at night. They're not fed at 8 o'clock at night. My children are fed at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. As soon as they come off the bus, mate, they get changed and there's dinner on the table. Yeah? It's not snacks. So no, man, I was a very, very serious father. This last one, the mother-in-law had to compete with me. She has got to compete with me, okay? I am the father. It is my fucking job and my duty, whatever the fuck it is. And your mother's going to have to stand back, okay? If I can't do whatever's need to be done, then mum's more than welcome. Mum's more than welcome, right? But it's my job. I told that to her. It is my job, okay? I am father. So, more than welcome to come with, more than welcome to enjoy, more than welcome. I love you, mum, I love you. But I take care of Bubba unless I am asleep. Yeah. So, mum, me and her got along. Me and the mother got along really, really well. Yeah. So no, man, your kids come number one. Your children come first in your life. They don't come second, third, whatever. Your fucking basketball game don't mean anything to me. Playing your PlayStation game don't mean anything to me. Being on fucking TikTok while you've got a chance to be with your children means nothing to me. Like fucking, mate, absolute jack to me. Yeah? So that's why my mindset is the way it is, boys. That's why. I've already been down the path once. Yeah? And now we've got a repeat of the path like a fucking blueprint, using it like a blueprint. And has used it and has done extremely well. Seriously, really extremely well. Apparently I'm a hung man. But I still have faith. I have faith in the system, boys. I have faith. I have done the right fucking thing all the way through. I have gone from
and caring from one report to that nasty report, and they just do not match. Okay, you've got, several years have passed here, and now this is how that, it's just, I'm just hoping that the person will not take the easy path. Not take the easy path and just look at the report and go, yep, I'll sign off on that, bang. Yeah? The hard path is investigating it. Why and how did it get to this point? Period that has lapsed. There's a lot of questions that could be asked. Yeah? So that's what I'm hoping for. I still have faith. Yeah? Until I've got that final piece of paper. Yeah? The final telling me that I should never see my child again. Until I've got that piece of paper. And then we'll know for sure. Yeah? 100%. There's nothing more that I can do. I have done everything that I possibly human can. And there should be no fucking excuse for you. For you, the viewer, the man, the father. You have no excuses to me, Lord Dobby, to not follow the fucking path. You don't ever give up. You don't ever fucking sign over. You don't ever give up until you have that piece of paper. And the government, in all of their mighty wisdom, and these psychologist people with pronouns in their wisdom, have declared that you should never see your children again. That's when you give up, boys. Okay? You've got no other choice, rah. But you've got a piece of paper that you can put on the fucking wall in a frame. There it is right there, told to me by the professionals in the government that I should never see my daughter again. And that's that's the end of your path. And then you can rethink your path. Okay? You can re-establish it. You can redo it again. But until then, your path is your children. That is your path. Yeah? It's not to give up, and it's not to believe everybody around you. It's not to, it's just not to believe them, boys. Not to read the stories and things that are said, that are told about you as a father, and say to yourself, yeah, that's right. Yeah? Because it's not. It's not. And you do not have to stand under their words. You do not have to stand under their words. You can't do anything about it, but you don't have to stand under them. That means agreeing to them. That's what that means. You're agreeing to what they're saying. And then I can move on better. I don't have any other path, mate. I have to stay on my path. And I have to prove to my channel and prove to the viewers that have been watching me for over fucking 10 years that I haven't lied to you, man. I've kept my fucking word, man. I have done exactly what I've said that I was going to do. And, this is what happens. I can only be the facts, mate, for the future. You do the right thing, you do everything proper, rah. It'll be a whole different video. A whole different ball game. Anyway. I pray. That's what I'm doing. I'm praying to the Lord. Yeah, I'm praying in faith. I say a prayer. I say a little bit of a prayer. I've got no fucking choice, bro. I really don't. I don't know what else to do until I'm given that piece of paper. Until the final fucking, what is it? The fat lady sings, mate. Until the fat lady fucking sings, brother. Okay? That's when I know that I've done my best, mate. I've done everything that I possibly can. And I will have the paperwork. And one day my daughter will see me again, and it's all on my social media. I have Facebook, and I have the story there for her. And there's nothing hidden. There's nothing fake. And Dad's got paperwork. Yeah, Dad's got paperwork. And that's what's important, mate, to you and your child. I swear to God, when they contact you later, that is the important part.
that the child understands what, you did your best, rah rah, and there was just nothing that you could do. I mean, this lot, mate, fucked off.
They changed houses, changed the whole thing, changed the location, rah rah, where they were living. I had no money. I couldn't go back court, and I had my court orders. And we're back to where we were with the non-agreeing, and they start to accuse you. They tie you up in court, rah 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 rah. So it's an extension of where we are in the current year. Like it's like
Deja vu, mate. It's like I've already been through it, yeah, and it's like reliving it, yeah.
and I'm a normal bloke. My only way of expressing myself is on coming on here. This is my like psychology hour.
Yeah, it's like for me to get it out of my head and for me to process it. Is there to get it in my head, because I'm trying to swallow it. I'm trying to swallow it, boys, because apparently I'm going to get hung. And I have more faith than that. I honestly am having. I've got to have more faith that, more than just one of these. What happened to me with that report, and that's supposed to end your entire case. Like, I'm just thinking about it and wondering about it. Like, I've been through so much to get where I was, to qualify, to be able to walk into the court, all the things that I've been through, all the courses and the reports, and in order to get where I am. I just cannot believe that. I cannot believe that. Okay, I can't believe that it takes a couple of lies told to the lady. Absolute lies, just fucking lies, mate. Fucking, I was a dead man, dude. You got no idea. Dead man walking. Okay, I was fucked before I walked in the door. That was exactly the report I was going to get, even if I didn't walk in the door. That's exactly what the declaration. I had no chance, none at all. I mean, you're being accused of really serious stuff that doesn't exist, right? So there's no defence for it, even in your saying, I don't know what you're talking about, miss. I really don't. I don't have any paperwork for that. I don't know anything about it. You're accusing me of really bad things, and I've never done any of that. And I start laughing like I do now, because that's how I cope. That's how I cope. You want me to fucking cry? Fuck that. Fuck that. I ain't crying in front of no fucking woman in a rah I don't even know. No, the only way I can do is laugh it off a bit. That's the way that I cope with it. I'm coping with stress. I'm coping with being put under the nail, mate, for bullshit that I don't know what I'm fucking talking about. Yeah, it's different if I'm guilty. Fair enough. Fair enough, man. You got all that shit, rah rah. You've done all that stuff, rah rah. Fair enough. But fuck, mate, no. So no, man, don't ever fucking. That's what it's about, boys. I was thinking about it this morning, looking at this, Damn, man, I'm 57. My children are grown adults, and I've still got their baby pictures on my counter. I don't think I'm a crazy dad. I don't think there's anything wrong with me. That's my children. In the garage, I had pictures all over the wall of my daughters. All over the wall. I didn't get any of them, man. I didn't get any of them, bro. All my photo albums and all of their... I collected all of their school stuff when they done art. I had a whole album. Do you have an album, viewer, of your children's art when they went to school? Did you keep everything? Because, like at play school and whatever you call them in your country, wherever you're watching me from, but your child does art at school, and, you get a chance to keep it, or the child normally gets sent home with it. Yeah, they send it home with the child. So I collected all that stuff, in a big folder. Am I crazy? I'm not crazy. I'm a fucking dad. Like I'll keep that stuff, man, until they're like this age, 26, and then I'll pull it out. I'll fucking pull it out, mate. I get all of their artwork out on the table. Fucking here, this is you, this is you, this is you at 5, right? Oh, embarrass them, mate, in front of their husband. embarrass my daughters in front of their husbands, right? But yeah, I'm a dad. My memories are of them, of me being a dad. That's my memories. I don't have any. I took my kids to the market, mate. They had a babysitter, and a young lady used to look after them while I do my stall. So I'd be able to work for a few hours. They'd have lunch. They'd be out in the fucking market with this lady somewhere. They're out there fucking somewhere in the market, mate. I don't know. Fucking in the playroom, in the fucking play school thing. There's a playroom in there. There's a fucking swing thing around at the park. There's part of the Dandenong back then. No, man. They were happy. Happy, That's what they do, man. They go away and have a honeymoon season, come back, and then they want their kids back. So they go into court and accuse you of a whole bunch of fucking stuff in order to get your children from you. And even if you're given court orders, mate, they just ignore it. And then you got to go back to court all the time. That's the trick, you see. That's how the system gets you. Because each time's a fortune, man. It's a fortune to walk into the court. They don't want to agree with the court order, right? So they don't obey it, right? So the only way you can do anything is to go back to the court and complain. That's all you can do. There's nothing you can do as a dad. The coppers and all that. No. It's a family law court matter. So only the family law court can deal with it. So that's all they do, mate. They hold you up in court for 3 or 4 years and tie you up with just accusations and stories with no proof, paperwork, no orders, no charges, no nothing at all. But they can invent it. They can just pluck it out of the air, and then you're done. Fucking that's a sweet story of it. That's like the condensed thing of it. Like it blows you away because I'm on the tail end. I'm on the absolute fucking tail end of it, right? I'm not 3 years ago. I'm not still in La La Land, Disneyland, with a tunnel, where I can see a light at the end of the tunnel. Okay? Remember back then it was the light at the end of the tunnel, seeing Echo, getting my life organised, doing everything proper, doing the courses, the reports and all of that, right? Remember that era? I remember that era, right? So here we are at the tail end of it. There's no fucking light at the end of the tunnel, mate. They have removed that now. They've removed it and just said, no, there's no chance. We've got a report here. We've finally got a report that says that you're a CUNT and that you should never see your daughter again. So that's it for you. So after everything that you go through, all the courses, all the things you go through, you are meaningless. That's what you're telling me. They're telling me that they're meaningless. Okay? All the proof that you have to give to the court suddenly becomes meaningless because you've got a report. I have more faith in that. I honestly have more faith than that. All right? I am trying to hold on to that part of it where I know the person is a lot smarter than me, this person that's dealing with it, right? And they deal with this stuff all day, every day. This is their job. And I'm hoping that they see past that and, it's just... Anyway, boys, that's what I'm hoping. Fingers crossed kind of thing. I've got a 90% chance I'm hung. But I'll still hang on to that, boys. To prove to you, man, you don't give up. Just because they're giving you this, they're telling you that, rah. Yeah, so? It doesn't change that's your child, mate. It doesn't change that's your child. Okay? And your child has a right for you to be in their life. Your child does. It's got nothing to do with you. Nothing to do with her. What's in the best interest of the child?
Is it in the best interest of the child to never see their father again based on that report? You see? You know, that's a child. I don't know, mate. I don't know. But I have faith. I'm trying to have faith. Yeah? I'm trying to have faith, mate. Faith in the Lord. Faith in the fucking Jesus Christ. Fucking hallelujah. Fuck, I don't know. Oh, fuck. Yeah, me too, Tube. Me too. There's a lot of children out there that are robbed of very good fathers. You know, there's a lot of men. There's a lot of men that don't see their children. A lot. Okay? And they're not bad men, mate. They're not bad men. They've been accused of a lot of things. They've been accused of a lot of things, mate. Yeah? You're this, you're this, you're this, you're this. When? How? You know? Any proof of whatever.
Dude, that's like me walking in and just accusing you of whatever the fuck I want. You know, you abused me, you did this, you did that, you did this. And they look at you and go, you're guilty. And you go, I didn't do that. How can you prove it? How can you prove you didn't do it? That's okay. The only way you're going to be able to prove to me you didn't do it is you've got to go and do all of these different things that I want you to go and do. So courses, psychology, everything, all kinds of fucking shit, mate. It's going to take you 2 fucking years, right? You need to prove to me. You need to prove to me how much you love your daughter and that you're not this wicked person that you're being portrayed. Okay, you got to prove to me. And when you come back, yeah, then the games begin, because that's what you need to get through the door. You can't get through the door without having that proof. Without that proof, you can't walk into the court to prove your fucking case. You get it? So you go away and get your proof together and come back. You can't just go back into court, bro. You have got to have that paperwork before you walk in to qualify. Okay? And that's where the real games begin, because now they can just, well, with what I've experienced, 2 out of 2, is that they just accuse you of things. Just pluck it out of the air. I've been accused it's incredible. Okay, the latest one, you know, I'm hitting my daughter. That's the latest one. You know, I hit my daughter, guys. You know, anyone that watches me at all with Echo, rah, you and I both know that's... But you know, that's what you get hit with, mate. That's just one of them. It's just non-stop. And my poor little one, they talk to her, and I'm sorry and ashamed and shame, whatever it is, the word that my daughter is going through it. That my daughter has been put in this position. Whereas if for instance, in Fantasyland, okay, in Fantasyland, you know, this visit in my hand, which was recorded, this visit goes on, okay, and everybody's happy. That day ends, and then the next time I organise the date to visit, that goes through. You see, it would have been a whole different thing, yeah, because if the person had, you know, just a little bit, you know, voice calls, video calls, I don't have any of that. You know, you're supposed to have things to be able to discuss with the other side, say about Christmas or about birthdays, or sorry about that, I'm trying to keep power in my phone, or holidays to organise, yeah? You're doing it through a phone app that's connected to the court, so it's all legal. And and whatever you say, well, the court is going to know. You see? So there's no abuse, there's no whatever. It's just simple questions. When is
Possible, I don't know. I never got to ask the questions. I never got to do that. But if they had have done, it would have been a lot nicer for our child. Yeah? I'm not vindictive. I'm not nasty in any way. I have no interest in whatever's whatever. And, if my daughter asks me questions, I know how to blank it off. I know how to, not, not worry about it, darling. Now me and you are together. It's our time now. And we won't worry about those kind of things. That's the kind of answer. Yeah, something I don't want to, because I don't want my child to, right? I want it to be happy and have a good time with dad and not go home with more questions. Yeah. So I had it all, because I've done all the parenting courses. I've done the parenting courses, you see. So I've done all of that, to try and, parenting after separation. I've done that one. I've done the parenting seminar, whatever they are, those pieces of paper I've got. So those things sit in my head, those answer things. And I stand, I honestly do ABC, yeah.
I honestly stand on my aid and caring report. That's what I stand on. That's what my case is based on. My case is based on that. I don't think I need to provide anything more than that. My opinion doesn't matter. The other side's opinion doesn't matter. The family law court is child-based only, gentlemen. What is in the interest of the child? Okay? It's not anything, you understand? You need to get that in your head. It's got nothing to do with what you want. It is what is in the interest of your child. So that's what I stand on. I stand on my aiding and caring report. That is the last time I seen my daughter, spoke to my daughter, and we had time together. And that is what you will need. That's why I keep emphasizing it. You will also need these things when you go and do time with supervised contact. Okay, supervised contact. Make sure you pay extra to have a report done. You need a report for every single visit. Every single one. Okay? Because if you don't, the next time you go into court, you will be re-accused of whatever that person wants to accuse you of. And she can. You don't have anything to deny it. She can say you were abusive at the drop-off, or you were nasty or whatever. She can just create whatever story she wants. So you really do need it as a man, as the father, as the male, okay? Because you are going to be bombarded with accusations. Bombarded. I couldn't believe how many things I was... And then when it didn't work on me because I had the aiding and caring lady, they wanted her fired. No longer allowed to use that centre. No, can't use that centre anymore. They're not agreeing with me. They wrote that report. Rah, 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 rah. Don't like that report. Because it shows, me and my daughter together. And I'm not, I was non-stop with my daughter. I didn't care there was a lady there. I just ignored her. I've got 2 hours of my daughter, man. So no, man, I spent my entire time running around after her, getting her ice cream, putting her on the fucking the play things, the merry-go-round things, taking her shopping, let her buying her things, whatever the fuck my kid wants, She come up, she went home with bagfuls of shit, bagfuls of stuff, mate. Because it was it was time. I had a chance to be a dad. There's a picture of me and of together, but apparently I'm not allowed to have it until the case is over. I don't know how far it needs to be over, and that's what woke me. The case isn't over. It's not over, boys. It dwelled on me. It dwelled on me. Her telling me that. The case isn't over. There are people that are 10 times smarter than me. Fucking, mate, just you got to have a little bit of trust, a little bit of faith. You know, you can't just nail yourself to the wall, mate. And based on rah rah, you can't do that to yourself. You've got to have faith. You've got to have faith in it, mate. Something, yeah. So that's what I'm clinging on to, brother. I'm clinging on to my aiding and caring report. That's the only thing that's going to be in my bag on the day, because that's all I fucking got. You boys would be proud of me, man. Like, I swear to God, you read if you read the aiding and caring report and that, I'm not, my kids love me, man. My kids love me. I love my kids. I don't care about anything. I can stay at the top of the driveway and come out of the door, up the driveway, drop off at the top of the driveway. I don't even need to set foot on the property. I don't even want to, right? I have no at all. I just want my child. And I don't want her living overseas, rah, rah. How am I going to see her? You're worried about culture, rah, rah, rah. Yeah, I've got Australian culture. I can't take my daughter and see culture. I can't take her and go away to Queensland or take her and go away to New Zealand or whatever. I can't do any of that. But suddenly, I'm supposed to wait 6 months or whatever while you're, it's in dreamland, mate. Just see what happens, But now they've really pushed it because they've got that report. They're going for hang noose, mate. They're going to hang you, okay? They're going for the full whack, yeah? They want it all, okay? They want everything, okay? And I'm like, this is it's just like flipped, yeah? So I'm hoping that someone's a lot smarter than me, mate. They're a lot smarter. They've been doing this every day, all day long, every day of the week. This is their job. And I'm hoping that they see past and wonder why. How did he get that report? What happened? Yeah? What happened? Because you don't seem like, up till that point, you've got all your paperwork. I don't come off as, someone that beats children or, you know what I mean? Like, it's a lot of these things, they just don't match my character and match me. And that's why I was so variant on standing up for myself. Like, you've got to be able to, boys, otherwise it becomes real. In my mind, if you don't give it something, then suddenly it's got power. Yeah, it fucking becomes real. I don't know. Maybe I'm dreaming. Well, that's good, Steve. I got the shit kicked out of me. Fucking, mate, I got whipped and fucking whipped when I was a kid. Yeah, man. I got, back then you were allowed to. Back then there were no laws against rah rah. Shit, dude, I remember going to school with welts on the back of my legs. I swear to God, welts on the back of my legs. Back then you would get hit with the cane, the feather duster? They're made out of cane. Yeah, those ones. They hit you with a cane. Because you were allowed to get caned back then, remember? Back in my day, mate, you'd get the sixes. Your hand goes out, they whack your fucking hand with a cane. You never had that? Oh, mate, I had plenty of fucking sixes. Oh, shit, dude. 6, man. Fucking 3 on each hand, cunt. Fucking cop that. Fuck, mate, I had plenty of that. And that's at school. So if I got in trouble at home, what do you think my dad's fucking belting me with? Like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Did you see the Charlie Kirk thing? I've been pretty wrecked over it, so I haven't been online to see your comments on it. I don't know what to tell you, man. Sad as fuck. What do you want me to say? I'm sorry, I'm not being rude, okay? I'm not being rude. I'm just trying to fucking... just horrible. Just terrible. And I come from a neutral standpoint. I don't care about politics and whatever you say. your opinion, whatever, means, I don't, and I'm certainly not going to do that because you've got a difference of opinion. That's what I first thought about it. Now, no. It's got nothing to do with Mr. Kirk. It's everything that happened to him. The how and the why. That's what I'm interested in. Yeah? Why, how, right? How did, So I go into the black hole. I go into the rabbit hole. I fucking watch all of those kind of videos. The hand signals of the guys, and they were his personal security guards. This is the latest thing that I've found out since I've spoken about it the last time. They are his personal security guards, and they are the hand signals. I'm absolutely correct in the hand signals that they gave. And one is sniper is ready. That's one of the other guys. And then the guy seen him do that, the big tall guy, and he's done the range part of it, where to do it. The first theory is that it was a straight shot. The second theory, which I don't know, scratch my head a bit, because they would have known he had a vest on. I'm pretty sure of that. And they would have been able to tell them about the vest. But apparently it ricochets off the belt, off the vest. Ricochets, goes into there. That puzzled me. So then I delved into the it's 200 yards away. It's a sniper rifle. This is a trained professional. Me and you, I don't think we could make that shot. You've got to be trained, mate, to do that shit. Yeah. After it happened, I don't think the guy that jumped off the thing, that video where he's jumping off the building and that they're saying that's the guy, rah, rah, I don't think it's him. All right? I think that's the fucking patsy. All right? If it's him getting off the building, where is it? Where is it, right? Where is it, right? He's just jumping off the fucking building, mate. So unless he's left it on the building, where in the fuck is it? What, he's thrown it on the ground? Right? No, he hasn't, you know what I mean? They would have had that on camera. That puzzled me. So then they tried to excuse it and say that he's taken it apart, it's down his pants, it's hidden, rah. Does it, if you watch it, because I watched it over and over and over, does it look like he's got any hindrance getting down that at all? Does it look like he's got a fucking sniper rifle barrel tucked down his fucking belt? Okay? No. There's a lot of fucking things getting here, man. There's a lot of misdirections. You know what I mean? You look into it further. And 15 minutes away is an airfield, with a pre-booked private jet waiting with the door up, owned by two millionaire couple that live there, waiting to take off. Okay? The couple are done with Neset. I don't know what that is, but Neset. They're tied to Neset. They're in, mate. Don't you understand? The couple are in. Okay? Private jet takes off. Within 15 minutes of taking off, transponders turned off. Right? They can't locate the plane. It's out there in the fucking netherworld, mate, flying around somewhere. It appears 2.5 hours later, transponder turned off as it's landing. No one says anything. There's no query about why. It's illegal. It's illegal to turn your transponder off. Don't you understand? It's illegal. You're flying around there with fucking doing whatever the fuck you want to do. And no plane knows you're there. Okay? That's how major accidents happen. Yeah? I think it's there's too many coincidences, mate, that tie it all back to Ishmael. It's done by Ishmael. It's not done by the patsy that they're presenting. He's not a trans, he's not this, he's not that. It's not that guy.
That guy's a fucking patsy. That guy is the Lee Harvey Oswald of 2025. Okay?
And I think the real guy's gone. He's already taken off. Makes sense, yeah? They're 15 minutes away from where it happened. Yeah? It just makes sense. You know, this shit's planned. A lone thing, rah-rah, mate, like me and you, we don't go and get a bing-bing and get on top of a building and, you know, we're suddenly in the right position, you know, we're walking around a fucking roof, mate, with a bing-bing in our hand. Are you come on, man. No. This is perfect assassination. Set up by them, right down to where the tent was set up, where the table was placed, and where the chair is. In that exact position where it is. And then that guy is in that perfect angle. One shot. So no. What has he awoken? I'm hoping that it awakens everybody. I'm hoping that it awakens people to what is really the picture here. Because a lot of information's come out since, mate. A lot of information. You're on X, you're on Twitter, you're on TikTok. There's a lot of information, real information that's come out. And I am disgusted that this Bibby has come out 24 hours after he's done and comes out with a personal letter from Charlie that was sent to me. Personal letter. And he's sitting there reading this fucking letter. That didn't happen. That's fake as fuck. All right? And I'm really starting to dislike these people. Like, just disgusting them. You know, and I've got more than that reason to be disgusted in these Zionist people. Just disgusted in them, mate. I'll tell you, just to get off the Kirk thing a little bit, but you remember Rafah Hospital? Remember that? I remember months and months ago it was running, and the nurses and the doctors said they refused to leave their patients. They refused to leave their patients. And then I remember that that they went in and they bombed the fuck out of the thing, and then they went in and their soldiers went in and rah. And that was the last we heard about it, right? Until they finally did it again and destroyed the joint, totally leveled it. So while they were in there doing the digging out of that hospital, they were in there doing the digging it out, right? Do you know what they found, man? You got any idea what they found under that rubble? I mean, I thought I had a reason before to dislike these people. But they give you a reason every fucking day to just hate them. They found the doctors and nurses, gentlemen, handcuffed, beaten, tortured, and shot in the head twice. All of them. All the doctors and nurses were handcuffed. So that's what they did to them. You know, you look at what they're doing around everywhere. They've got wars going on in 6 countries. They go in and blow an entire fucking government up. Do you honestly think they would, not? Do you honestly think they would have any compunction at all to, So then you wonder why. Yeah? Because that's what I did. I wondered why. And unfortunately, Mr. Kirk, he was so popular, and everyone tells me how bad he was and what he said, didn't agree with this, didn't agree with that. Well, apparently there's thousands of fucking people that do agree. And some of the things that he said earlier, I didn't agree with. I'll agree. I'll tell you that, viewer. I did not agree with the sanctioning of Ishmael. He did a lot of sanctioning of it, right? So I didn't agree with any of that. And that's when I dropped off him. I didn't really. And it's only lately that I've learnt that he turned. He turned, man. Charlie turned, bro. He was an avid, Ishmael supporter, right? He turned, man. Okay, he no longer wanted to support it. He no longer wanted to speak up about it. He no longer wanted to do it. He's not going on holiday with fucking over there with you. No, I ain't going anywhere. He started to question it. He started to turn on it. He started, like, seriously, man, in a big, big way. Huge way.
Really, really highlighted himself. You know, he was such of a staunch believer in his beliefs, mate, that he highlighted himself to them, made them realise that he's not going to go their way, and he's not going to be on board with what they want, and he's not going to support what they want. What do you think that meeting was in the White House with them for? Bibi, Mr. Orange Man, and Charlie. You know, that's what it was all about, man, to get him back on side. And do you understand why? Look at where Charlie is, mate, when he died. He's in a college, mate, surrounded by thousands and thousands of students, mate, or people that gathered to hear him. Whether you agree with him or you don't agree with him, mate, a lot of people turned up. And a lot of people are listening, and a lot of people are videoing, and it's going to be spread all over the world. You don't have to agree with everybody but what they say. You don't have to. Why do people have to suddenly agree with what you want only? Or they deserve to be ectade. They deserve to have their life taken from them. But it had nothing to do with that. It had all to do with his political power. All to do with his voice. That's what it had to do with. They couldn't allow it. They cannot allow it, viewer. Millions, and he got 94 million views just on one video alone. 94 million.
He's in their universities, mate, challenging them, challenging their ideals, challenging what they're being taught, challenging them, making them think about fucking shit more than a gender studies fucking course. You know? He was a family man, loved his family, loved America, loved free speech. Even though he died by the GUN, mate, he would never say that he would want them banned. Yeah? He turned, bro. He turned against the establishment. He turned against his sponsors that had given him hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars in sponsorship, mate. You see, and all of them got on the phone, bro. All of them are on the phone. You know, why won't you do that? They want him to push the Zionist movement, bro, and agree with the GAZA and agree with what's going on over there. Because you realise right now it's carte blanche, right? It is destruction and destruction there right now. You know, entire fucking neighbourhoods are getting wiped out over there. They're pushing them all to that one area to wipe them out over there also. Come and get some food. Come and get some food. Nearly 2,000 people, mate, just there alone. Just shoot into the crowd. Can you understand the power these people have, mate? Do you understand your Congress is owned? Your America Congress is owned. It's owned. You know, they tell you how high to jump. They tell you where to take a piss. You know what I seen was really sickening to me? Fucking sickening, mate. The Rubio guy. I don't even know who he is. I think, big deal over in your country, right? I'm Australian, mate, so I don't know anybody, right? I'm an idiot, yeah? But there he is over there with his little hat on, mate. His little hat sitting next door to BB, mate, kissing the wall. What the fuck, mate? There's an American that grew up in fucking Texas or whatever, fucking sucking down fucking hamburgers, got anything to do with an ex-fort's wall. Yeah, I'm going to write a little prayer and put it into the wall. You see? This is a humiliation ceremony, humiliation ritual, in order to know that you're on side. They've got you. They own you. They fucking own you. And they own Australia too. Our politicians, mate, are getting paid off like no, and we're fucking cheap. Oh, we're fucking cheap, mate. Our politicians will sell you out for 20 grand. 20 grand. Forget about fucking hundreds of thousands of dollars and millions of dollars. You don't need any of that.
They'll sell you out, bro. So it comes back to Charlie. His following, his voice, his opinion, everything that he said, those people listened. That age group is 25 to 30, or 18, whatever it is, the college age. Who do you think is protesting? Who's out there with Palestinian flags, mate? Who's out there on the street fucking screaming their heads off, bashing, crashing windows and destruction of fucking property and shit? It's this age group, the same age group, you know? And even at the rallies, I seen flags. I didn't see too many Israel flags, mate. Yeah? You see? So as a fucking Nazi Zionist, you'd be sitting back looking at that, right? And you think to yourself, where's my flag? There should be no flags other than mine. You see? And that's the attention. Then you're not doing what I want you to do. You're not saying the things I want you to say. You're not agreeing with me what I want you to agree with. You won't come on holiday with me to my little wall and my little synagogues and have a little look at the solid gold ready to go with the new temple. You know, you're not there. You're not having Cheshire tea with me. Okay? Don't worry about what's happening on the other side of the wall. You know, you're not allowed to go over there. It's very unsafe. You can't go over the other side of the wall. You've got to stay on this side of the wall only. It's very unsafe on that side of the wall. I can't be responsible. I can't take care of you there. A fucking joke, bro. You know, can you imagine living, ladies and gentlemen? Can you imagine living, right? You're going along in life, right? And some cunt just fucking lobs up to your door and tells you got to move out. Right? They've got soldiers there, guns and everything, right? And they're telling you, you've got to move out. We're taking over your house. Imagine how you'd feel. And they are kicking you out of your house for no fucking reason. They just come in and they take over your fucking house. And they'll tie you up, blindfold you, gag you, tie you up and fucking behind your back and put you into the spare room, and that's where you sit for fucking 10 hours. All right? And then if they want to take your house over, they just kick you out. They just fucking kick you out. Don't you understand that? Or they just arrest you and put you into the fucking jail. Accuse you of being a Hamas leader, Hamas supporter, Hamas stronghold. Suddenly you're doing life in jail. How would you feel? Would you get out of jail and be all fucking happy with yourself? Would you get out of jail and hate them? Would you get out of jail and want to do something against them? Well, that's what that is. That's what that movement is. The H word. That's what that is, brothers and sisters. It's not anything else. It is the people that they have displaced and fucking destroyed fighting for their homeland. And suddenly they're this, and no, mate. The only T's here are the fucking Zionists. That's it. You know, they're lost to me, man. Like they executed those doctors, bro. They executed them and the nurses. You know, they tortured them. There was plenty of the guy, because there was another doctor that discovered them. The doctor that had done the video. I'm the one that went there and we done the digging. We found them. Here they are. Here is their bodies. These were people that I knew, and I left, and they stayed. They refused to leave, and this is what happened to them. He was telling their story, and they were buried under the building, handcuffed behind their back, tortured, shot in the head twice. That's Ishmael. That is Ishmael. Behind closed doors, people don't know. So no, mate, I have nothing for these Zionists to think that they wouldn't pull off a Charlie Kirk. Nothing at all. I don't think it would be any big deal to plan it, any big deal to set the tent up exactly where you need it, the table and the chair, because they'll know exactly where he is sitting, mate. Don't you understand that? They could have done it all on computer, mate. Photoshop fucking within 15 minutes. They could have found the exact spot to put him on in order to pull it off. I'm hoping that it doesn't silence people. That's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping that it doesn't silence the other famous people that speak out, the Candaces, the white guy, what's his name? He come out to Australia a couple of times. I hope it doesn't silence them, because now you're going to be like self-regulating yourself in that country, okay? And you don't want to be out in public. You certainly don't want to be making any speeches out in public. You are not safe. Okay, it is not your own people. It's not this. It's not a left or right thing now. It is your following. It is who is listening to you that you have to worry about. It is your opinion, and then you're sharing it, and they don't. That the establishment, Zionists, do not agree with it. You're not agreeing with what they're doing, because you understand this is going to go on for the next 10 years. It doesn't end when they take over Gaza. That's just the start. They're going to go into every fucking Arab country around them, mate. Every one of them. They've got 7 war fronts happening at the moment. They're bombing 7 different fucking countries, mate. Yeah? The only thing that can change that is the opinion of the public. The opinion of the public that are paying the fucking bill, mate. If Americans start waking up to what's going on, they won't want to be paying for it anymore. And then if they get senators and fucking people like that they vote for that are saying that we don't support that anymore, who do you think they're going to vote into power? That's what they're afraid of. You see, it goes all the way back to that. It really does. Like right now, they all stick up for Ishmael, right? Well, imagine, man, if the tide turns and the people that elected you do not fucking like it. So your ass is going to get voted out. Okay? And they can't help the Christian Zionist people. They're all my age and, middle-aged, 30-year-olds, whatever. We're talking college fucking age people, mate. Okay, they've got the next 20 fucking years, the 30 years ahead of them, mate. You're going to be in a grave. Yeah? So it's that demographic, that particular demographic that they're after. Yeah? That's why. And he didn't agree with anything. And he also embarrassed them. Charlie embarrassed Trump and Nettie, mate. In fucking big way. He went for a meeting at the White House with them, right? And he made a comment on Twitter or some fucking shit somewhere, and said that Trump is not in charge. Trump is not in charge. Our country is run by proxy. That was the word, proxy. Israel. Our country is run by proxy. We are not in charge. Trump is not in charge. Like, he really fucking, right? And mate, that's highly embarrassing stuff, dude. Like, seriously, because it's just the truth, right? It's just the truth, yeah. And yeah, they think we're blind, and they want to deflect and blame this and blame that. They've got their Lee Harvey Oswald, mate, of 2025. They've got him. They're going to throw everything they can at him. We've got a guy over here that's, carved bullets, he's got signatures on his bullets, rah, this is him, rah, 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 rah. You put the 2 pictures together, bro. There's another video on TikTok, and it shows you when they were doing the hunt for the guy, and they had all these different pictures, yeah? And there's one good picture where he's looking like that into the camera, and then they get that guy's picture and put it next door. It's not even the same fucking bloke. It's not the same bloke. It's 2 different men. Yeah? But they don't show you that on the thing. They just show you him and say, we've got him, we've got him, we've got him. So let's see what happens to him. Let's see what happens to him, mate. Because I'm living faith of the accused, mate. Oh, mate, they love accuse, right? But when it comes down to it, what proof, right, rah, rah. So let's see what happens over the next couple of weeks, if they charge the guy or not.
You see, they haven't charged him, but I don't, as far as I know, they haven't fucking charged him. Yeah, they've just come out and said, this is it, we've got him, right? He knew too much and became too influential. Basically, yeah. Basically, yeah, yeah. And they can't allow him to do that.
He was on the way to presidency, mate. He would have been a good little president, bro. He would have made a good candidate for presidency. Yeah. I mean, have a look at what's around you for that candidate role. And what have you got?
You've got a fucking swamp. You've got a swamp, mate. Finally, you had someone in America that actually spoke out and spoke their mind, whether you liked it or not. They still fucking spoke their mind. And they might have been wrong. I mean, I didn't agree with shit do either. He might have been wrong, but he woke up. He woke up, and then he turned, mate. He turned, mate. Trust me, he turned. He was not going away on holiday. You know, he got invited by Bibi on holiday, rah, apparently, and he knocked him back. Yeah, mate, name me one fucking senator in America that has fucking knocked him back. You see? Oh, he would have been so offended, little Bibi. Oh, he would have had to go and change his nappy. All right, you know what I'm saying? Because that would have been highly offensive to him. So I think there's a lot going to come out in the future, mate. You know,
I don't know how people celebrate someone else dying. That's not that's an American thing.
I don't know anybody in Australia that would celebrate someone getting shot, or assassinated, because
of his opinion or what he said. Hopefully we're a little bit more open-minded here, and we cherish what we don't have, which is free speech. Free speech. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I think. He became too popular, mate. And I think that the real assassin, mate, was gone. The real assassin was left the party straight away, exit planned, plane, everything, mate, gone, transponder turned off. They don't know where he is or where it landed. No one knows. There's no trouble about it either. There's no fine. There's no court case. Like, you try doing that. You try turning the transponder off, bro, and see what the fuck happens. Okay? So this is a setup all the way from the beginning, because the plane is owned by multi-millionaire, you know, tied to you know, complete Zio, and yeah, this is where it looks like he exited. That is what this is. This looks like an exit plane. You know, set up, ready to go, door open, no need to click in, no need to do anything, just take off. You know, they've already done their checks, they've already done their check-in, they've already done their airport thing. They just need to close the door. So it just seemed, I don't know, that, you know, there's too many little coincidences, mate. You know, they've got some guy jumping off the roof, running away, I don't know.
I don't know, man, but it's very, very sad, and very, very sad for his family. His family were in the front row.
They were in the front row. That would be horrible to witness.
Absolutely devastating to witness. The poor lady, yeah, loved her husband, mate. She stood by him. You know, she's in the front row, mate, with her kid, with the kids. So she stood by her husband, yeah. That's a pretty honourable woman, mate. Consider, you know. But anyway, it happened in front of her, in front of the children, and it was just a real horrible thing.
And I don't think America will ever, you won't be able to smooth it over. There'll be no smoothing it over.
I don't think you'll ever be able to smooth it over, you know, like next week's media, you know what I mean? I think it's going to be there for a while. And I think it's going to hopefully have more Charlie Kirks.
Hopefully it inspires more people to speak up there in America.
Because if you don't, mate, and if you do, look what happens.
Look what fucking happens, mate. They do you in over there. Scary, eh? The Zios, mate. They'll do anything to keep the power. It goes back to them, mate. Everything goes back to them, okay? Trust me, full-on Mossad fucking situation happening, full-on fucking professionalism happening, sharpshooter, like this shit is planned. And the hand signals, and they came from his own personal security. So it was a setup, mate. His own personal fucking security, bro, gave the fucking hand signals. I thought they were strangers. I really did. But for them to be his own personal security, and then one guy gives one hand signal, and the other guy steps forward and gives the second hand signal, and then it happens.
So no, the poor guy was set up the whole thing, the stage, the table, the chair, the height of it, perfect angle. No, total setup. I'm American. We don't like when someone tells us what to do.
I don't know who's telling you what to do. You're a fucking idiot, okay? You talk a lot of shit in my fucking chat, man. A lot of fucking shit. Even though this seems like Ishmael, we have had an actual lefty from here. Ishmael could set it up with you too, because you're being known to expose the Zeds.
Well, yeah, but we're over here. I don't have any following.
I've got no following, mate. Fucking 18 people here or something. 13 people. Soon they'll get sick of me and I'll be down to fucking no people. I was in a chat yesterday, there was nobody. Nobody. You all fucked off of me. Every fucking one of you. Okay? So I'm no danger to them at all. And then my stream is cut.
I don't know what that was about. It just cut. Just stopped.
And then I couldn't get back on. The live tab wouldn't work. Like it's there, but it doesn't when you tap it, it doesn't fucking work. So
I didn't go back on until today. But it was cut off yesterday. It was cut off.
What time is it, man? I just wanted to get some coffee, mate, to be honest. I was just going to get some coffee.
I haven't had a coffee today, mate.
I never did get some coffee. That was my whole thing.
Get some coffee. Hey, someone wants to buy a mask, man. lorddobby79 on ebay.com. lorddobby79 on ebay.com. All right? lorddobby79 on ebay.com. Do you worry if some crazy NFL? Do you worry if some crazy NFL? Mate, I live in Frankston. Everybody's fucking crazy. I live in Frankston, mate. Fucking hell. Have you been to Frankston in Victoria? It's the fucking place of the nutters, mate. You know, we were on live stream just a couple of weeks, or a month ago or whatever. In Frankston, a guy walks up to me with a fucking knife in his hand and says, "Give me your wallet or I'll stab you." And I said to him, "Mate, you're on fucking live stream," and just put the camera straight on him. And he's standing there with a fucking knife in his hand, mate. And he just ran down the fucking street. You know, you've just got done telling me you got to fucking do that on live stream. But this is Frankston, mate. It's just fucking Frankston, mate. Um, you know, we're not like that in Australia, man. We're not like that here. I don't know. I don't know anything about that kind of thing. I really fucking don't. But over here, mate, it's a different. I don't know what it's like in America, but yeah, we don't. I don't have any. We don't have any of that, do we? I've never met any of them. I wouldn't know them. We've had people screaming at us on live. We've had people go mad at us on live because we're talking in the camera and they don't like what we're saying. We've had all of that. We had an old man that fucking wanted to hit me with a cane. You remember that day? He's fucking got his little car and he's going up and down the road screaming at me with his fucking cane in the hand. It was about Ishmael, yeah, because he's a Zio, mate. He's a fucking Nazi, bro. And I'm calling him a fucking Nazi, mate, as he's walking down the road. I called him a Nazi. I don't know. I don't give a fuck. I'm 57, mate. I don't give a fuck. I'm 57, mate. I'm 57. Doesn't really matter to me a whole lot. It's a fun world out there, mate. And I've got my Superman jacket on today. It was a present from my sister. I've got my Superman jumper on today, man. I don't have to worry about it, okay? I'm fucking Superman, okay? As long as I've got my Superman jumper on, mate, that's it. Impervious, mate. Lessons in life, bro. Lessons in life. That's all it's about. Have faith, mate. Have faith. Charlie's thing has huge repercussions for the future, though. Huge repercussions, man. The government's going to come out with a whole new range of laws in America. There'll be a whole new range of fucking laws, mate. You watch. They're already trying to slip in a anti-Semitism law where you have to agree with Ishmael or you don't get funding. One of your representatives is trying to put it in and get it passed. That's tomorrow, whatever it is, your Monday. It gets done on Monday in America. So they're asking people to go on and sign a petition in TikTok because it'll give Ishmael the right and businesses the right to, and they get fined. They get millions and millions of dollars fine if they don't do it or they do anything Zio. Well, you know what I mean? I don't know how the fucking things, but it's anything to do with Israel. You're not allowed to talk about them. You're not allowed to say anything about them. You're not allowed to report on them, that kind of thing. They're protected. Yeah? So that comes into law soon, mate. They'll get that passed. You watch, man. It'll get it passed because they're all on the payroll. So it'll get passed easily, mate. So no, there'll be a whole new range of laws that'll come out in America. They won't be able to take your guns because that's in your amendments thing. And I don't know anybody that's going to give up their things, right? But they're going to come after your freedom, speech, internet, whatever controls they can come onto. That's what they do. Governments always use a situation like this to do more laws. That's what they're about. They like laws, mate. They you know what I mean? So they'll tighten the noose a little bit, maybe internet shit. I don't know, man. They're already coming with an anti-Jewish thing at the moment. They're trying to get that passed. And then the speakers themselves, the ones that do all the talky talk. I don't know, man. How would you feel, The Candace Owens of the world and stuff like that. Would you be out there as much as you are talking against what they are? I don't know. Maybe you'd have second thoughts. Why would you want to go through it, right? But if they don't talk about it, mate, Ishmael is going to get away with fucking everything, mate. And Trump has got to have his new plaza. They're already selling Gaza. They're already promising people hotels and it's going to be the new beachfront thing. And they're already selling it, bro. They're already selling it, mate. There's new advertisements going out with sexy models and Israel's on the beach and all of these sexy women are running around and, they've got the plaza there, they've got the hotel there, they've got the lights, You know, it's on top of everybody that's fucking dead, but, you know, it doesn't matter to these people, man. I don't understand their mentality at all. And they think they're the chosen ones and this is their promised land and rah-rah. No, man. They fucking stole every inch of ground here. They robbed, they cheated, they fucking killed people to get it. You know, they were taken in as refugees, man. Refugees off a boat. Off a boat, brother. And they just took over the fucking joint with America's help because they got armed. You know, they got armed, man. Those first people that came off the boat, the men, they became the army. They became the army in Israel. So they started fucking killing people and doing the Nakba and emptying houses and destruction and basically just killing people. Basically. just kill people, bro. The Nakba, they called it. You know, 750,000 people moved away from their homes. You know, they just went in there and took it over, bro. Took it over. Okay, destroyed everything, killed everybody that disagreed or whatever. And then if you fight back, then you're Hamas. Apparently you're Hamas, mate, if you fight back. You know, you're not allowed to fight back because they're the chosen one. All right? Only they're allowed to do it. That's what that would be, mate. You know, because it would be the same here. Say Japan invaded Australia, okay? And they started bombing fucking everywhere, okay? And then they've arrived on the beach. They're on the beach. They're fucking they're fucking in the boat. They're unloading the fucking soldiers from the boat, mate. Okay? Are we suddenly Hamas? Am I Hamas? Because I'm not going to be agreeing with them. I'm going to fucking try and kill as many of the cunts as I can. Am I Hamas? You see what I mean? So then the Japanese call us, no, this is our land, rah, 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 rah. We're going to give you 24 hours to leave, or we're going to, you know, it's your fault we bomb you because, you know, we've given you the time to leave. So now it's your fault because you didn't leave, right? But this is where you live. This is where I live. That's my house. That's my apartment. And now it's being fucking bombed. It's been destroyed, right? You know, how would you feel? What the fuck? What would your reaction be? Would your reaction just be roll over, fucking everything is sweet? Or would you want to fight back? And that's exactly what you have there. You know, those people were living there. That was their home. Rah, rah. You come in, you fucking destroy everything, you kill everybody. And you want them to move out, and suddenly if they fight back, they're the bad guy. They are the bad guy. Yeah? And that's that, but to sell it to us, the Western people, they make it look like they're the fucking saviour and they're the bad people, you know, and they're forcing us to do it. They're forcing us to kill them. That's how they sell it to the Western mind, okay? And then they use the thing, you know, they're the promised people, they're the promised land, rah, rah. That's all shit. That's all fucking shit, okay? Because these people, mate, you know, that's what I didn't know any of this, right? So I done some investigating, okay? These people are from Poland. They're from fucking Poland, bro. They're from Europe. You know, they changed their names, mate. Every single government fucking minister has changed their name in order to sound more Jewish. They changed their names, man. They're fucking that fake. They are fucking as fake as fuck, bro. Okay, they want to take over the land. They want the resources. They want the land, mate. Okay? So they'll wipe out an entire civilization, mate. An entire civilization. They will destroy it and just bomb the fuck out of it. And suddenly, you know, you're going to try and tell me these people are less human than me and you? What the fuck are you talking about, mate? You know, they don't deserve to fucking live. They don't deserve to go to school. They don't deserve the universities. Are you trying to tell me that child doesn't deserve to fucking baby formula and to fucking live and eat? When the fuck are you, mate? Sitting over here in a free country, wherever you are, and you want to try and tell, you know, and you want to try and think that about fucking people in another land, that they don't deserve to live and they don't deserve to have a home. You know, they should be displaced, mate. They should spend their entire life just moving around everywhere at your discretion. Wherever you don't bomb, they'll live until you want to bomb it. And then they've got to move out of it again. You know what I mean? That's their fucking logic, bro. You know, that's the Zio's fucking logic, mate. Okay. You know what's puzzled me, viewer? For years and years and years, they painted the mustache man as this guy. You know, bad, rah, 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 right? And the entire fucking time, you could never find the guys in speeches in English. You could never find them in English. Yeah? They're always with him, rah, 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 right? Have you ever listened to any of that stuff translated, mate? Where the guy is actually translating exactly what the fuck the guy, you know, Mr. Mustache Man is saying? Because if you actually listen to him, he tells the story of his people, mate. He tells what the fuck happened to his people in his speeches, okay? How his society was downgraded and just fucking, you know... Do you realise they were doing the mail with the operations, mate, back in 1940, whatever? Do you realise they were doing that in Germany? They already had clinics for fucking changing the genders of people. Who do you think ran all that shit, dude? You know, like the same things that are happening in our current situation happened to them in back then. Yeah, the same thing. Same people in charge, the same people running it, the same books going into the schools, the same gender reassignments, the same stupid fucking college things that don't educate people. You know, keeping them fucking dull and slave-like. Yeah? Who do you think came up with the fluoride, mate? Who do you think invented fluoride in the fucking water? You know what I'm saying? Oh, fuck. No, mate, listen to a couple of his things that he said. Listen to a couple of his things in English, mate. And now you've got the youth of Yemen. Have you seen the young lad? The youth of Yemen. Look it up, man, on TikTok. Listen to this kid, mate. Listen to this fucking 15-year-old bro. Listen to what he says. And you're trying to tell me that doesn't make fucking sense? He's 15 years old. Look it up, mate, on TikTok. The youth of Yemen. And listen to that kid's speech from start to finish. And you'll understand, mate. You'll understand they get to a point where they just fucking had enough. They've had enough, mate. You know, over in Malaysia or some fucking shit, they burnt the joint down. The students burnt the joint down, man. Presidential palaces, municipal offices, council, mayors. They even hunted down where the fucking members were, their homes, mate, and burnt their fucking homes down. Have a look, mate. You know, the students, mate, that age group, 18 to 25. Look what they've done. Because the government wanted to ban all social media platforms, everything. It was going to get banned. Okay? And look what they did, man. They burnt the country down. This has only just happened last week, man. It only just happened a couple of days ago. So look it up. And you'll understand the power that Charlie Kirk had. You know, the youth that were listening to him, the power that he had, the influence that he had, the future influence that he had. I reckon he could have ran for president, mate. I really do. You know, a couple of years' time, he could have run for president, man. You know, the only thing that woke Charlie, mate, was Candace Owens. You know, you can thank Candace for that. Candace Owens is the one that woke him up. Just talking to him, mate, as a friend, because she's known him for so long. She was talking to him as a friend. And just some of the things that she was telling him, just, you know, you had to think about it, man. It gave him pause to think and to wake up and to realise what they were doing. And then, of course, Ishmael makes it worse because they don't stop. There is no break. Every single day, there is another fucking tragedy. These are fucking animals, mate. They're just fucking rats. Okay? You know, so every single day, there's a new storyline. There's a new horror. There's a new girl being shot 160 fucking times at the age of 5 years old in a car. There's a new horror. You know, this morning's horror is what they dug out of fucking underneath Rafa Hospital, mate. You know, they dug it out. The fucking guy was there. He said, I worked with these people. I am this Dr. Rara. I worked with these people. The last time I seen them, they were alive. You know, the hospital was never a stronghold, rah. And this is how they were found. This is their story. You know, they refused to leave. You know, they didn't want to leave their patients. And so they were executed. And no one knew it until we unburied them. You see, they were buried underneath the rubble, mate. Yeah? So when they unburied them, man, they're all handcuffed, bro. Had their hands behind their back handcuffed. They were tortured and shot in the head. Okay? So it's fun. You know what I'm saying, brother? And that's who you're really dealing with behind the doors. The reality, the real people behind it all, mate. And Bibi, mate, Bibi comes out 24 hours after Charlie was killed and comes out with a personal letter from Charlie. A personal letter from Charlie? Are you fucking kidding me, brother? Come on, man. The whole thing's like, I'm really hoping this is the turning point from America. This is the turning point for it all. Where America's youth and America, there is no way to cover it up anymore. There's no way for them to cover it up. There's no way for them to smooth it over. Yeah, smooth it over? Yeah. They're not going to be able to smooth this one over, buddy. Okay? There is no amount of good propaganda they can come out with that is going to smooth it over. Yeah? What, $2.50, $3, $4. I'll get a milk, man. I'll get a milk. Milk and coffee, bro. Hi, ladies.
How are you?
I hope you're well and happy today.
Three.
Yeah, big spender, eh?
Four. 1, 3, 4. Yeah, for 14.85. Thank you.
No worries.
Have a good day.
You too. Nice out here, man. Australia, mate. Australia. Australia, brother. Go home and make a coffee, mate. Have a nice coffee. Nice warm weather, mate. Bit of a cool breeze. It's fucking lovely, bro. It's Monday. Monday here. Monday, bro. Monday. Shouldn't speak ill of the dead, mate. You're a fucking rat. You're a fucking rat, Sean. Sit there fucking talking about the dead, mate. You're a fucking dog, mate. You know that? What a fucking low dog you are. Shouldn't speak ill of the dead, bro, whether you fucking agree with it or not. Don't give a fuck. I don't fucking care, bro, to be honest. I never asked for your opinion. No one ever fucking will because you're a cunt. So why in the fuck would I give a fuck about your opinion? You don't like this, you don't like that. No one gives a fuck what you like, mate. No one ever fucking will. And especially I won't ever. Not in my chat. You're a fucking dog. Okay? There you go. There's your Lord Dobby answer to you, Sean. Hope you fucking like that, mate. Cop that in your ass cheeks, mate. You don't fucking like it, there's the door. If not, I can put my dick straight in your fucking mouth, mate. Cop that. Yeah? Because that's what you are, a fucking rat. It's a beautiful day in the neighbourhood, a beautiful day to be a neighbour. Oh, won't you be mine, won't you be mine, won't you be my neighbour? That's a nice park, eh, man? It's got the swings and shit, nice soft grass to sit down on. Nice for a picnic. Be nice for a picnic down there, man. Nice grass. See the soft grass? Good grass. This is a normal day for me. I just, cruise along, man. I just cruise along. Can't really afford to go anywhere or do anything or whatever, so I don't bother. Hopefully we'll sell a mask. If not, we'll try and be happy anyway, mate. Be happy anyway, mate. lorddobbyking@gmail.com if you wanted to fucking chuck us a chocolate milk at PayPal. lorddobbyking@gmail.com. But no big deal, man. I appreciate that you don't join my channel, you don't like my channel, you don't watch a single ad. I appreciate every one of you. You're just fucking movie stars. I do appreciate you spending some time with me. Lord Dobby King, mate. Rest, bro. Kaboom, mate. I don't give a fuck what he defended, you cunt. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck what he defended, what you don't like, and his opinion you don't like, and I don't give a fuck, you dog. Alright? It's called free speech, you cunt. It's called living in a free society, you dumb rat. Alright, that's what it's called, man. It's not called that, every opinion and thing should be exactly what you like and don't like. Unless I like it, it should never be said. And he deserves to be inkbayed, mate. He deserves a bullet if he doesn't agree with me. I love that man. Don't you love Americans, viewer? Aren't Americans some fucked up humans? I mean, they really are. And it'll probably be Australians that are talking like that too. They're already fucking debt slaves in Australia. You don't have a fucking gun, you dumb cunt. Okay, now. But if you're American talking like that, man, you should be ashamed. Doesn't matter his opinion. You don't like it, walk away. You don't like it, put it on block. You don't have to call for someone's death, mate, because you don't like their opinion. That's just fucking wrong. And you don't have to celebrate someone dying because you don't like their opinion. Okay? I walk in the same roads, mate, every day. The same fucking road, mate, the same shop I shop at every fucking day. The same road I walk up and down on every day. I'm not afraid of fucking, you know what I mean, of whatever. So, I'm fine, thank you. You won't have to worry about me, bro. Oh, let me rest, man. No, I'm not staying anywhere, you fucking dog. Why would I want to stay anywhere? Do I look like someone that does what you tell me to do I? Fucking hell, mate, I'm Lord Dobby. I do what the fuck I want. Anyway. My little daughter will be at school today. That'll be good. Oh, I'm in Seaford, man. I live in a place called Frankston in Melbourne. Frankston, mate. Close to there, anyway. I live by the beach, man. The beach is just there, just off to the left, mate. 5-minute walk from where I live. You could walk out of my front door, mate, and hear the ocean, mate. Where I live, it's really, really pretty, man. I love my place. And I just walk out of the door, man, and I'm at the beach. It's fucking glorious, brother. It's the nicest place I've lived at, like, in years. Okay? So I got my own little place now. Da, 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 ba-na-na-na. Da, 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 da. Oh, ABC. They really think they have any kind of power in my life, mate, other than a third-party phone call. That's all they have. They have a third-party phone call. I'm going to get on the phone and I'm going to complain. I'm going to cry. You know, he said something I didn't like. You know, he needs to have someone go around and sort him out. You know? Or the other favourite, I'm going to call my mate. I'm going to call my mates up and they live in your area and they're going to go and sort you out. Fuck it, I'm going to call my mates up. They're going to sort you out. They're going to come around and see you. You know, that's what it always is, man. And then if they do ever arrive, mate, they're four-handed. They get out of the car, there's 4 people there. All right? The only thing is, you dumb fucks, I'm on live stream. I'm on fucking live stream, cunt, and every one of you cunts are going to be on fucking live stream. So whatever the fuck you want to do, there it is, brother. There it is. Put it on fucking camera. Okay? You want to do something to me, cunt? You're going to be on camera. It's going to cost you jail. It's going to cost you jail, brother. It's as fucking simple as that. So, I don't know. I don't get afraid of that anymore. You know, the only thing they can do is third-party phone calls. That's it. That's all they can do. And they only really like that if they're going to harm the person. You know, something's going to happen to them. Or there's women and children involved. They love that. They love making a phone call when there's women and children involved. You know, they're just like the fucking Zionists, mate. They love unarmed fucking people that can't protect themselves. All they can do is third-party phone calls. That's it. They can't do anything else to you, boys. All they can do is make a phone call and complain to somebody else how unhappy they are, and they need that person to go out and sort you out. Okay? And I've been through that over and over and over. And yeah, I'm pretty fucking neutral to it, really. And I don't do anything enough wrong to cause fucking problems like I did before. The rest of it, mate, is just your opinion. They don't like it. Fuck off. I don't give a fuck. You're a fucking child. The only thing you'll do, mate, is wait for me to go on TikTok, and you'll sit there, you know, report. You know, and then finally you feel justified. You've got a report back from TikTok and says, oh yes, there was abuse in that live stream. We've ended that live stream. And then you feel like you're justified. You know, finally you get a little bit of a moist ass. You know, thinking about it, don't you? You get a little bit of a moist cheeks, mate, do you? Hey? Yeah, you fucking do. I know you do. You get off on that, mate. You get off on fucking getting on the phone. The same as these bitches on TikTok, mate, these live streamers. How many times have you heard them fucking narking another person in? They're on live stream calling up the fucking cops on the person they're on live stream. Okay? You know, they want to make a medical fucking thing, right? Rah, rah, rah. Jared is the worst one for it. That guy Jared. He is the worst fucking person for it, bro. If he knows where you live, you can be guaranteed he's going to make a phone call while you're battling him for a mental health check. And he'll sit there telling the paramedic what's wrong with you. Yeah, Jared's a fucking doctor, mate. He's a fucking nurse, mate. You know, he's a fucking, you know, so he tells the nurses and the doctors what's wrong with you. What's wrong with you? You know, he needs a mental health check. He needs pharmacy. Fucking, he did it to Spidey like fucking 2 times, man. He did it to Spidey. Yeah, I remember that. Spidey sitting there all innocent like. Next thing you know, there's a knock on the door. Anyway, that's life. Thanks for keeping me company for a little while, mate. I don't think about it, mate. It's a Muslim country. What the fuck would I care? What the fuck would I care about fucking? Let them be happy, mate. Let them be happy. That's what I think. Okay? Have they ever bombed anybody, mate? Have they ever invaded anybody? Have they ever used their weapons to fucking annihilate another country? Are they in there blowing up an entire fucking nation, mate? And the answer is no. Who is doing the blowing up, dude? Who is doing the antagonising? Who is doing the destroying? Oh, I wonder who. The people you fucking support are doing it all. But you need to justify it. You need to justify the bombing and killing of Iran. They've got to be in the next on the list. You know, they're just so bad. You know? Look at their life, man. Look at their fucking thing. They've never been at war with anybody. With anybody. Okay? They've never invaded anybody. They've never done it. They've never done a fucking thing, mate, in all of their existence, mate. So I reckon you should just leave them the fuck alone. But of course, Ishmael and Trumpy can't leave them alone because they're owned by bankers, and the bankers are not running the currency over there. They've got their own bank, okay? And they don't like that. Yeah, they don't like that. It needs to be part of the system. They need to be printing the fucking currency so that they can sell the oil and the resources for the printed currency that they will do. That's what it's all about. It's got nothing to do with anything else. And the only thing saving Iran, mate, is it's able to fight back. That's it. If I was an Arab state, mate, I'd be very worried. If I was an Arab state, I would be so fucking worried right now. Because this Qatar thing, you know, they're trying to really pass it off as just a normal part of war. So now they're allowed to go in, that they believe they're allowed to go into any Arab country and bomb the fuck out of it. I'm telling you, boys, they will bomb the fuck out of every single Arab country around them. And they will use it as, oh, that's Hamas, or that's Hezbollah, or whatever the fuck you want to call it, mate. That is what they will bring up to justify it. And they will kill hundreds and hundreds of people, okay? In order to justify it. So now you've got a rogue fucking state, Israel, running around the Arab countries, doing whatever the fuck it wants, killing whatever it wants, bombing wherever it wants. They've got 6 war fronts on at the moment. They're in how many different countries bombing them? Lebanon, fucking Yemen, fucking Syria. Okay, because it's all part of Greater Israel. It's all part of the Greater Israel storyline. And that is why. Okay, because the bigger picture. The only thing that's important to these people, mate, is the bigger picture. And that is the Zionist state. You know, river to the sea shit, you know what I mean? You know, the entire Israel, right, that they picture. But there's no borders to Israel. There's no borders, brother. The borders will never end. The borders just keep getting extended. The borders get extended. Okay? So it'll run into all the Arab countries. And if they could help it, mate, they will fucking destroy everything. If they can get away with it, mate, trust me, they will absolutely decimate every Arab country that's around them. Okay? It's only just the start. You see, and that's why it's important that they think about what's going to happen in 10 years' time.